My name is Hayden Blucher and I am the Engagement Lead at the Building Institute Aotearoa, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Today I'm joined by Peter Falloon and Scott Miller from Silvester Clark, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So we'll start with you, Scott.
Yeah, so Scott Miller from Silvester Clark, Managing Director. Been with the company for 20-something years, 22 years.
Wow. Yeah, good stint. Yeah, and you, Peter?
I'm Peter Falloon. I'm a Senior Associate at Silvester Clark, and I've been with Silvester Clark just under 10 years.
Great. Both quite long stints.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you, Scott. So the first question is, what are you currently excited about in your work?
I guess for me, I get to sit across a number of projects through all the offices. So the excitement for me is that seeing all the different types of projects that we're working on, from, I don't know, temporary works for the stadium in Christchurch, or strengthening the tall buildings in Auckland, new apartment buildings, whatever that may be. I just get to see quite a lot of everything. So that's that keeps me excited, I suppose.
Great. And you've got teams across the whole country working on that?
Yeah, our work goes right across the country. We do a lot of work in the primary industries as well for some of our larger meat, dairy process companies. And so, that's from right down the bottom of the South Island right to the top of the north. So, right across the country.
Great. And what's something you're excited about in your work?
Currently, we've been focusing, myself particularly, in hybrid construction with steel frames and CLT floors. We did that for the Wellington City mission, which has been completed. So it's quite exciting that using lightweight floors with a sort of prefabricated style of construction, you can bring your loads down a lot, and on site can be built very quickly. And we've got a few clients at the moment that are quite interested in that. So it's good to see that space evolve.
I was lucky enough to go through like a walkthrough of the city mission that's just been completed, and what an amazing building, eh?
Awesome.
Next question is, tell us about a lesson you've learned in your work that you'd like to pass on to others.
Okay, so for me, I think a big lesson, and you learn this pretty quickly when you're younger, I think, is to listen to people. So there's always someone that's done what you're trying to do, and quite often they can do it better than what you can do it. So we've got better ideas than you, and never to be too aloof, I guess, to not take that advice on. Builders will have often done things a lot more than you have, so that it's better to listen to what they've got to say. So listen.
Good. Nice. And yourself?
For me, it's the trifecta of trying to manage time, cost, and quality. It's a really big juggling act of doing that, and often you're listening to people and they're telling you, to focus on this or that, and just understanding, be true to what you're doing, and that helps me guide that that balance.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people if you find a winning combination for those three.
And I think in our industry, especially structural engineering, a lot of people have different opinions. And it's just managing that.
Awesome. Thank you. And the next question is about mental health and well-being. So how do you both find a balance towards, your mental health and well-being?
For me, I'm still trying to get away from work. Work's always sort of with you the whole time. You're always sort of processing things, but try to get into sport. Still, if my body can do it at this stage, and even walking the dog, or I try to get down to the sounds quite a lot, as much as I can.
Great. Does the company do anything in particular?
In terms of the company, we have a number of things. We have a wellness benefit that we have for the staff to make use of. We have lots of get-togethers. We try and get the company together once a year so that everyone can meet each other. And so it's not all about work.
Great. Absolutely. And is there a particular sport that you're most interested in or anything?
Everything really, but probably play the most, maybe tennis, cricket.
Yeah, cool. And what about yourself? How do you balance that, mental health and well-being?
Sometimes I joke about finding something else to stress about.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm renovating my house, which has taken up a lot of time.
Wow.
But like in terms of to relax, I try and like have a Sunday, like a lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
Make breakfast at home, walk the dog, end up a parrot dog in the afternoon.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
that's
great
my ideal way of relaxing.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what in particular in regards to the house renovations are going on?
It's just a full renovation, pretty much,
Oh,
getting
wow.
it and
Yeah.
getting it back together
Yeah.
like it was before.
He's doing most of the work himself.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
So you're out of work hours at the moment are pretty much spent
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Yeah,
A few
that's
late
right.
nights, so
Yeah,
neighbours complain about the noise, but that's
Yeah.
all right.
Good on you.
Get there.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be worth it at the end, despite a bit of hard work. And then the last question is just to talk a little bit about someone that's been influential for you in your career, and what is it about them that's been so influential?
Okay, so for me, we had it for engineering wise and professional side would be a guy called Kevin Spring, who's no longer with us. He gave me my first job out of university, and then when I came back to New Zealand after spending some time overseas, he gave me another job. And he was just so professional. He was a gentleman. He had a lot of integrity, and so that was so sort of learned a lot from him, and he was inspirational. And then on the other side, I guess builders have played a big part of my life as well, from my father, who's a builder, but just getting that practical side as well. So, and I think that makes a good engineer is someone that's practical as well as technical as well. Yeah.
And is there anything that they've done in their careers, or anything that you try and take with you through your work? Or
I think it is just the way that they've handled themselves and carried themselves with other people, how they've how they've carried out the work, how they've worked on different projects and dealt with different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's something that you get now if you have people working in the office and not working from home, is you're getting that culture and people can see how you actually deal with people and handle yourself, which I think is a bit harder when you do have meetings on Teams. And
Yes,
things,
yeah, absolutely. And do you have a bit of that balance of people working from home, or it's more so people on
we
site?
We have a 9-day fortnight, so we've been doing that since 2007, I think. And that's so people have a 3-day weekend every second week.
Nice.
And that does, I guess, help with the mental benefits as well. But we don't have a lot of other people working from home as such. We prefer people to be in the office and actually and learning.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, or being mentors.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, super important. And then what about yourself? Someone that's been influential for you?
I'm going to name Ben Drake, who used to work with Silvester Clark, and so when I graduated, he was there, and he's a few years older than me, and he's just always been those few years ahead of me, and it's been quite good to look up to him, because I remember being in the office to start at Silvester Clark. I was like, man, this guy's so organised, and then I went overseas for Illinois, and we actually worked together in London as well.
Oh, wow.
So he's just always been that step ahead, and it's nice to see what he's been doing. So it's been really helpful.
Yeah, super important to have those kind of people you look up to and mentors, in any organisation. That's all the questions I have for today. Is there anything else? Anything you wanted to add, or?
No, I think it sort of covers most of the bits.
Well, it's been great to have you both on. I think, as I asked before, you're both members of the NZIOB, which we appreciate, and hopefully you've enjoyed the events that we do. For any listeners today, we do have our New Zealand Building People Awards coming up on the 8th of August. It's been held in Wellington at the new event centre Taikina, which is a great building. So we encourage as many people as possible to enter the awards, come along and enjoy the night. It's always such a great evening, and we hope to get big numbers in Wellington this year where we're based. And that's all we have for today. So thank you very much for listening. And we look forward to seeing you at an event sometime soon. Thank you very much. And thank you to you both for joining.
Cheers.
Cool. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.